Hello and welcome to Tinnitus Matters, a new podcast, a collaboration between the University of Central Lancashire and the NHS Lancashire Teaching Hospitals Trust about all aspects of tinnitus. My name's Phil Holmes and I am a senior lecturer in music production at the University of Central Lancashire, and my co-host is...
Christine Nixon, and I am a specialist physiologist in tinnitus at Lancashire Teaching Hospitals NHS Trust.
Perfect. Thank you very much indeed, Christine, for agreeing to be a
Likewise, Phil.
of this, and
it's been so exciting and fun.
And I've learned so much.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to learn even more through this podcast series. Just before we kind of get into the series and what we're going to be talking about during this podcast, or the number of episodes that we're going to record, just explain a little bit about what you do.
Certainly, Phil. Yeah. Well, I have worked in audiology for over 20 years, in working with patients with tinnitus, predominantly helping them with their varying degrees and volumes and levels of tinnitus and different ways in which they have got their tinnitus through all sorts of diagnoses, helping them to manage day-to-day their symptoms. It's come a long way over the 20 years in how you can have access to help at the hospital as well.
Right.
These days is absolutely fantastic and very quick response for people that are suffering. There is help out there. We want to help. And I am hoping that this podcast is a different way of helping people who are experiencing tinnitus. We all learn differently. We all need different ways of learning. And with tinnitus, knowledge is important, education is important, and understanding is important. And I really hope this podcast enables individuals to understand their tinnitus, how to manage it. But the big thing is not to be afraid of it, not to let it take over.
Yeah.
And I really hope it can help people with that.
Excellent. Me too.
Great. So, Phil, I believe you experienced tinnitus. Is that correct?
That is.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Of course, yeah. So I am a senior lecturer in music production, and I run the sound design course here at the University of Central Lancashire. I've got a research project which is to do with sound archiving, musical instruments and soundscapes and things. So I've been really kind of focused on audio and sound for my career. And then a couple of years ago, I had a head injury. And as part of that head injury, I damaged the right-hand side of my head. And it was at that point that I'd lost hearing in my ear, and I'd developed quite bad, I think, tinnitus. And I've been trying to learn about tinnitus. I've been trying to learn how to manage tinnitus, understand what it is, by way of trying to adapt my life really, and my work in order to move forward without letting it kind of take over. So when the opportunity came to actually work on this project, I jumped at it.
Keen interest, won't you?
Very much. And I'm really, really, really... I've seen the list of guests and the episodes that we are looking at doing, and I'm really...
Fantastic guests.
I'm really looking forward to learning, basically. And I know we've got the phrase, I think I've stolen it from you, Christine, that knowledge is power. And that as a patient and someone who experiences tinnitus, are hoping that more knowledge I get will give me more power to help manage the symptoms and kind of overcome that moving forward. So, yes.
Exciting times. I would like to note, I think it's also important, any referencing along the way, we can make available, can't we, as well, at the end of the podcast? So any links of points of reference of talk or
Yep. So if any of our guests
websites?
mention any, exactly, websites
Mm,
or research or anything like that, we will try and put the links at the end of each podcast.
'cause that's useful, isn't it?
And if there's any specific further reading or anything, we can try and put links to that as well.
Brilliant.
So hopefully, by the time we get to the end of this podcast journey and Tinnitus Matters, then we will all understand a lot more
Yeah.
and be aware of where to go for help.
Be more informed, and I'm hoping to alleviate anxieties as well for
Yeah.
people, because that's a big thing.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Christine. And I'm raring to go now. I think
Let's go.
I can't wait for episode 2.
Let's go.